Hi guys, it's Stacy from Clothes Live On. We are doing another haul. I apologize, there's been a lot of hauls in a row. I want to get out a what sold video, but I wanted to get this up while Nordstrom Rack still has Clear the Rack going on because I want to show you guys what I picked up, talk about the sale they have going, and kind of talk about why you should go there if you are trying to source and you're comfortable doing retail arbitrage where you're going to pay a little more. So I, as of yesterday, went to 4 different Nordstrom Racks. Clear the Rack started. If you aren't aware, Clear the Rack is where clearance items are an additional 25% off. A lot of times they will do it a day early for card holders, which an employee told me that yesterday, Thursday, was a card holder day, but when I got there, signs were up and they were talking about it, so I do believe it was for everyone. But I think it's a particularly good time to go because I would say that about a third of the store is on clearance. I think this still has a lot to do with COVID. I didn't make it to any Nordstrom Racks right when they reopened, but I know a lot of people were saying when they reopened that a lot of the store was on clearance and it was additional 40% off everything in the store. I didn't get to partake in that because I still have like the craziness of moving going on when a lot of them reopened. But I did go for this, and like I said, about a third of the store was on clearance, and I would say probably 70% of their shoes were on clearance. There was not a lot that I was seeing that was full price for shoes. There were some, but almost all of them were on clearance. Doesn't mean everything is a flippable price. If you shop at Nordstrom for yourself, they're amazing deals. This sweater that I'm wearing is from Nordstrom Rack. I got that for myself. And I have one other thing I'm going to show you that I got for myself just because I think it's too good of a deal not to talk about. But I love the hunt of finding flippable pieces at Nordstrom Rack. It's like a different ball game than thrifting. You're looking for pieces where they're kind of one-offs. You don't want to find a bunch of the same item. Like I had originally picked up these particular Corky's booties, but then I found them 2 or 3 more times in the same store, so I ended up buying none of them because it's a big red flag if Nordstrom Rack has a bunch of the same item on clearance. It means that they didn't have any luck selling them, and it's going to be harder for you to sell it then. And it's a lot more likely that the market's going to be saturated if it's a decent price, but there's also a lot of it across the country. So then like Poshmark is going to get flooded with a bunch of the same item and people are going to be trying to price cut one another and it's just going to tank that item. So I really try and look for one-off pieces, stuff that there's not a lot of it. I know what brands sell for me. I'm very familiar with Nordstrom brands, having had a last chance in the Chicago area. So yeah. I will go ahead and show you what I got, but I definitely recommend checking it out if you're comfortable paying up a little bit. They're not going to be thrift prices for the most part, but you can find some really good stuff, and pretty much everything is going to end up being new with tags. Oh, and the other thing that I almost forgot to say is that everything that's a red tag is final sale, which is different than how it normally goes, and another thing to factor and another reason to be really careful and particular with what you're buying. You used to get, I think it was 30 days to return stuff, and that included the red tag items, but every single store was saying that's final sale. A lot of them, this one doesn't have it, but they were drawing like a red mark through the barcode. I got a bunch of my receipts stamped with final sale on stuff, so just be wary that you're not going to be allowed to return things if they end up being a bad buy. So you really want to be confident in the store when you're purchasing it, and you want to be very mindful to be looking up comps. I did a lot more for this stuff than I typically do at thrift stores because I was paying more and I couldn't return, so I really needed it to be something that I was confident was going to sell for me. Alright, so let's jump into it. First thing I grabbed is an Outdoor Voices sports bra. So it says it down there, it says it on the inside, I believe, and this is a size small. That one's easier for you to see. Outdoor Voices, their leggings sell really well. I did find some of their leggings at a few different Nordstroms, but they were too expensive to resell. But this piece I liked. It was pretty cheap. I'm not going to go over a lot of prices with you guys. They're going to vary by store. I look for pieces, again, where they're marked low, whether that's because, I don't know, it's been there a really long time or It had a really minor damage. One thing has a little tiny minor damage. Nothing that prevented me from buying it. Alright, next, really hard to show in camera, but this is a Rachel Parcell dress. I like this brand. It doesn't go for a ton of money, so I saw a lot more of this brand than I picked up. But I really liked the style of this one. I like the eyelet floral detailing and the fact that it's a maxi dress. It's just, I love it. It is new with tags. Alright, and this is another Rachel Parcell dress. I looked up comps on this one because it was a little more pricey, but actually this style seems to sell well, so I did go ahead and take that extra risk, and it's super pretty, and again, this one has the tags on it. I also got a new clothing rack. Next is Gal Meets Glam. So this is the damaged piece where the tag is falling off a little bit. I'll probably still just sell it as is. I could try and tack it back on, but I don't feel like that's necessary. It has tags on it still and all of that, so I think it's a good find. And I actually saw this exact dress at a different Nordstrom rack for about double the price because it wasn't damaged. But yeah, I only saw it one other time. I love the wrap style. I think the floral print on it is so pretty. I think this piece is going to do well. Alright, next I grabbed Reformation Pants. I saw other Reformation, but it was all priced too high for me to flip. But these are kind of just like a wide leg pant. Yeah, these are the Jane wide leg pant, and Reformation jeans and pants don't sell as well for me as like their dresses do, but it is still a brand that a lot of people are loyal to, so I grab it if it's a decent price. Alright, next you're going to see a lot of Good American. It was actually probably the #1 thing I was looking for at Nordstrom Rack. I would look for ones that were priced at about, I would say, $40 or below, which would make them $30 or below. And if I was going to pay that $30, I made sure they had the tag on it so I could mark them as new with tags. That was a very important thing to me if I was going to buy them on the more expensive end. But Good American is one of my best sellers, so I love grabbing it. So these are the Good legs. They are a size 12-31 and they are just black. Next, you guys know I love Spanx. I talk about it on this channel a lot. So these are Spanx jeans, which I think their leggings do better, but the style of these is super cool. So I grabbed those and they do have tags, so I think they'll sell well. These are a medium. Another pair of Good American. Again, they have the tags. These are the Good waist, size 20. And more Good American. These ones don't have tags on it, but they were a little bit cheaper, and they are a Good waist, size 12-31. And then since I have ones that are same size, hopefully someone will bundle them. This is a brand where people definitely love it, and they will look for multiples in your closet. Alright, next is Madewell Jeans. These are the Cali Demi boot, which is a style that people like from this brand. It's a size 26. And then my last two jeans are also Good American. These ones do not have the tags. They are the Good legs, size 12-31. So again, more of that size right there. And then the last pair does have tags on it. They are the Good curvy, size 2-26. Alright, now let's get into shoes. I spent a lot of time looking at their shoes. I think shoes are one of the pieces that are worth paying up for. So actually, I didn't mention that before. For the most part, when I'm in Nordstrom Rack, I only look at jeans, dresses, and shoes. I glanced a little bit in athletic wear, but I don't bother looking at tops. I don't look at their regular pants just because I know I'm paying more at Nordstrom Rack and those pieces don't bring in top dollar. So I'm really looking for stuff that's going to give me more bang for my buck, and Nordstrom Rack has some of the best shoes in my opinion. Alright, so first thing, I think this is the most expensive thing I bought amongst all of the Nordstrom Racks. These are Madewell Booties. They are the Reagan Booty, and the Reagan Booty has a lot of price points all over the place, but this snake print one, the comps are so good. They're about, I think I can definitely get $120 for these. So I I grabbed those. They have the box, they don't have the lid, but this is the proper box for them because it says the style name and all of that. They're a size 7, so I'm really excited about these. I paid a lot, but I know that it was going to be well worth it. Alright, and I only got one other pair that was new in box. If you go to Nordstrom Rack, most of the time their shoes are in boxes, but they're not the correct boxes. Actually, the last Nordstrom Rack I went to, none of their shoes were in boxes. They were just on the shelf, and that was chaotic, and I hated it. Like, a lot of the shoes were missing their mate, so it made me really appreciate that. Sometimes I'm annoyed that they're not in the correct box, but being in a box is better than not because a lot of shoes didn't have a mate. So these are Corky's. They are just a pink open-toe little booty mule kind of thing. I did not see multiples of this one, so I think that these will do pretty well. We will see. Nothing's ever a guarantee. These are a size 9. But them having a box is definitely a really good selling point. Most of the shoes I sell don't come with a box. Alright, this is the only thing I got multiple of, other than I guess I got a lot of good American jeans. But I only saw these 2, and it was actually at 2 different stores. They were a good price. So they are also Corky's Booties. These say they are a size 6.5, so they're just like a gray suede with the stacked wood heel. And I've talked about it before, but the fall season's coming up. I'm really trying to stock up on boots and booties. And then these ones say they are a size 9.5. I'd have to verify in the shoe. I'm just reading what the Nordstrom sticker says. Alright, we have just 2 more pairs of shoes, and then I'm going to show you what I bought for myself that I think is worth looking out for. So these ones are Vionic, which is actually my first time sourcing this brand. I've seen it before, but not at a price where I could resell it. Comps on these were good because these are the Canela, so I looked up the style, and this style sells pretty well. These are a size 7. Alright, and then the last thing I got to flip are Ugg Booties. Super cute, obviously like pretty much brand new. Most of the things at Nordstrom Rack are brand new. Every now and then you'll find something that's not because it's a return. These are a size 8. They are so pretty. I love them so much. If they were my size, I'd probably keep them. Alright, and the last thing I want to show you is for me. I got 2 of these. They are the Glam Glow little box set. So it comes with a full-size cleanser and then 2 masks. And this retailed for $32 at Nordstrom Rack. It was on clearance for $8.98, and then it was 25% off of that. So what was it? That makes it like $6.75, something around there. That's an insane price for Glam Glow. I was stoked to find this. It's one of my favorite skincare brands. This was actually just by the checkout for me, and by the checkout at the store was also some Neutrogena Sunscreen. They had a twin pack that was on clearance for $11, and that is, I want to say it's like usually $15 per bottle. So I grabbed that also because it was 25% off of that. So if you have the time and you're shopping in Nordstrom Rack, I would say check out different areas, find things for yourself. And actually, as I was showing you that, it reminded me that I missed one thing that I did buy to flip, because I always look in jewelry, because Nordstrom Rack has good jewelry. They have Madewell, Lucky Brand, and Kendra Scott. I like flipping all of those brands for jewelry. So these are just little Madewell earrings, and Madewell earrings have done well for me in the past, so I was happy to find these. I think they'll sell pretty well, so I'm glad I didn't forget to show you those, because I never pass on looking at jewelry at Nordstrom Rack. But that makes everything that I got at Nordstrom Rack to sell online. I hope you guys like this video. I highly recommend that you go check out your local Nordstrom Rack if you have one, because the deals are really good right now. I think, you know, they still have a big backup from quarantine where things are out of season and they need to get them out, which means great deals for you. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!